Hello, BookTube. I'm back again with another update, and I guess call it a birthday haul part 2. And I'm still a bit under the weather with this long COVID and cold or whatever I had that sort of laid me low. And I still having difficulty to read. I read sort of a paragraph, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what I read. Uh, So hopefully that starts getting better over the next few days, because I am getting quite behind in reading and things I need to do. So I'm also starting to take some vitamins, or as they say here in the UK, vitamins. Um, and D is one of them. And it was sort of suggested to me, or by doctors, but they wouldn't give me a prescription because I don't pay for the prescription. So I was waiting until I had enough money to get some, but a good friend has sent me some, so I started taking some last week, and you never can tell how anything works, but we'll see how it goes. I am beginning to feel better. It's an odd thing. I've said it before. It's uh, COVID is the gift that keeps on giving, not in a good way. Um, and there's times where I'm okay, and I get I sort of roll with it and deal with the tiredness and do things when I'm less tired. But then there's other times something happens and I just crash. And that's the way I've been for the last 3 weeks. And breathing, it gets bad. It's a lot better now, the breathing. But hopefully the brain fog will sort of dissipate a little bit. It has never fully dissipated, but at the moment it's quite bad where I'll read a paragraph and I don't know what I read. So I've been watching a lot of junk sort of streaming. I got a free month of Amazon Prime, so I've been binge watching a few things there. But again, I watched something and I realized I didn't know what I was watching, so it's even that bad at times. But I think it's getting better, and so as some are aware, I had my birthday a week and a half ago, I guess, yeah, or just over a week ago. And I've had some nice book hauls from my birthday, and there's few things that are still coming in, but I've been because most know that I do this book to film thing, and there's ones that I've wanted to do, uh, and I've been given a couple things to do that I've wanted to do, and they're books that I haven't read, films I've seen, but I've never read the books. So this will be nice. And the first one here I have is the Duma Club by Arturo Perez uh, Reverte, if that's correct pronunciation. And it was made into the Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp, Roman Polanski film, and I enjoyed the film. I understand the book is quite different, but it'll be interesting to look at the differences between those. So that the film is still coming. I'm waiting to get the film on Blu-ray. So that'll be one, and another one is The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler, and uh, the same person gave me what is it, three novels or four? Three novels by Raymond Chandler: The Big Sleep, Farewell, My Lovely, and A Long Goodbye, which I think were all films. So potentially all three of these I'll be doing book to film. I've not read The Big Sleep. It's a lot shorter than I expected it to be. It's only 165 pages, so it's more of a novelette. And it was made into the 19 I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like there's alternate versions here. So the 40s, I believe. Uh, 46 by the looks of it. With Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. So this will be nice. And also, too, I got the little BFI guide. This is the new design that they've had. And this is written by David Thompson, who is... I sort of have a love-hate relation with his critiques and that, because he just seems to dismiss some directors or, you know, actors or whatever just out of hand without really any, you know, critique to it. But he is one of those few that is encyclopedic in knowledge about film, and not just Hollywood film, world cinema as well. So he is definitely worth reading if anybody's interested in film history or film critique. He's done he's edited I think it's his directors or the bibliographical encyclopedia, which is actually very good. But yeah, so he's done the little BFI guide here for the big sleep. So that'll be it should be good if he keeps out his sort of spurious views on things. So yeah, so that was the one, and from a gift certificate that I received, I got two things. I got some tea, some Earl Grey Twinings, or Twinings, I think it is. Yeah, tea, which I won't show here. But I also got this here, Dawson City, Frozen in Time, film by Bill Morrison. I knew about the discovery of these films. They found these films in Dawson, in the permafrost, films from the late 1890s to the early 20th century, and they're being restored. And I knew of this, but I could never find anything more about it. And I do apologize, I can't remember, but one of my subscribers either made a comment. See, my brain, I can't remember. Either comment on a video or an email that I received and told me about this, and it was like, wow, no, I wasn't aware of this film, so I wanted to get it just in case it disappeared. So that was the other item from my Amazon gift certificate. Also, was sent anonymously. I don't know who sent these. There was no note with it at all, but really fabulous film, Inherit the Wind, with Spencer Tracy, Frederick March, and Gene Kelly. It's the Scopes trial. And 1960, Stanley Kramer film. And it was based on a play, and I do want to do, I'm going to start doing a few things, play to film. But mostly, I think I'm going to try to stick to play to silent film, because that's, I think, a little more interesting. However, it can work for, I'll do a few of my favorites for like classic film, I think, as well. And this is one of them. And there's a few others, like Harvey, The Inspector Calls, Arsenic and Old Lace, and there might be a couple others that I'd really like to do that I enjoy. But yeah, so I'll be definitely doing this at some point. So I'm holding off watching it until I get the play. It's quite cheap, and it's something I did find out, which I'd love to get, is there is the transcripts. There's a transcript of the whole trial, which I would really, really love to get that. That would be interesting, because I've always been interested in the trial. So that'll be fun. And also along with that was the Western, 4 classic novels in the 1940s and 50s. Library of America. It's got a wraparound picture. It's not the usual black cover. I like these are well made. They're sewn, But for some reason, this one, the binding's a little tight, so you can't see it, but it's a little ripple down in the spine. They've sewn it a little too tightly, I think. But this has The Oxbow Incident by Walter Van Tilburg Clark, The Searchers by Alan LeMay. Those were both made into films by the same title. All these were made into films with the same title. Shane by Jack Schaefer. I've already done that one as a book to film. And Warlock by Oakley Hall. That was, I think Henry Fonda was in it. 1949, 50-ish, if memory serves. But this will be great because I'll be doing another video very shortly for the announcement of June on the Range. So stay tuned for that. And this will definitely be in there because I want to do the Oxbow Incident for sure. And possibly The Searchers. But I don't have The Searchers on Blu-ray or DVD. So that may not. Okay, so let's keep moving here. There's a few more things. Just recently, last month or so, the Masters of Cinema put out on Blu-ray the original 1919 or 1920 The Indian Tomb, and it was based on Thea von Harbou's novel The Indian Tomb, and this showed up, and again, I had a little. I'm calling this a birthday sort of thing because, if anything, I've sort of got it for myself, but it was from a gift, like what was left of a very small gift certificate I had. So, and I wound up paying like 25p or something like that of my own cash for it. So I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this part of my birthday haul. And it says first time translated into English. This was, as I say, a novel that she wrote, and then it was made by Joe May into the film, The Indian Tomb. And well, I'll just read it back here. The mysterious, fabulously wealthy Maharaja of Eschenburg kidnaps famous architect Michael Furbringer and offers him undreamed of wealth to build a tomb to exceed the grandeur of the Taj Mahal. But the calculating, all-powerful prince is not what he seems to be, and the commission is actually the centerpiece of a diabolical murder plot. An unwilling journey into the heart of darkness begins Furbringer's descent into a sinister dream-like India, where he is imprisoned in a labyrinthine palace full of dark secrets, and is ultimately forced to run for his life. It says it's been filmed 3 times. Thea von Harbou's mystery suspense fantasy is presented here in English for the first time since its original publication in 1918. And it says it was translated by John Mucci and Richard Finagle. It's a print on demand. It's a sort of independently published, sort of almost self-published. The only thing that I dislike about it is the lines. There's too much line spacing there, which I always find difficult to read. But it's a short novel. Even in this, it's less than 200 pages. So this will be definitely a book to film and for a silent film. Upcoming at some point, I'm not sure when. And also, too, we are getting geared up for May. A group of us on BookTube doing Horror Mayhem. And it's headed up by the Bookish Bryants. And we're doing a month of short fiction, sort of horror fiction with themes. One of the first week is creature, sort of supernatural beings, and that just covers everything: ghosts, werewolves, vampires, cryptid creatures like Bigfoot if you want to, and mummies. And this friend of mine um, who purchased this for Christmas, and it came, not Christmas, a birthday. I forgot, I should have added this into my last one because I had them already. But this is they're both novels I have not read. So I'm hoping to get to these. I have a huge list for the first week. Um, and it's this is The Mummy by Richard Stevens. New introduction by Mark Valentine. And this is by Valentine Press. It was originally printed in 1912. It's a short novel. It is 200 and less than 230, about 230 pages long. So it fits in with the under 250. So I'm looking forward to that. And this is by Florence Merritt, The Blood of the Vampire. It's another Valancourt classics, but it was written in the same year as published same year as Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1897. So it's a lesser known vampire novel. It is short. Again, it's about 230 pages long, and just to make sure, 1897. Yeah. So these are Valancourt editions. Valancourt is an interesting publisher. They are print on demand, but if you get them not Amazon, then they're not so bad. Not Amazon printing. It's just that they've got these velvety covers, which are horrible because they get, you just look at them and they get sort of stained in the sense you got to clean them off all the time. But no, these will be nice to add to it. And also, too, another one that came through was a book about a true history of a dark fantasy, The Mummy's Curse by Roger Luckhurst. This is a horrible print-on-demand cased publication. Just, I hate these because they're plasticized covers, and it wasn't described as that. I was expecting a proper Oxford book. So this was again this was sort of the leftover. Well, this was another gift certificate, and then this here was the leftover that I got, the Indian Tomb. This was published in 2012, and it goes through literally the sort of the cultural aspects of mummies, like the curses, context, of exploration of it, and then and the writing. So this will be interesting to read. Roger Luckhurst has written a lot of books on horror. I think he's done gothic, but he's done science fiction, which are okay. They are very general because they are very short. This is just under 300 pages, but the bibliography is pretty good. So I'm hoping to get to this, and again, just sent in a flimsy envelope, and you can see this. It's been dinged in the corner. Just they have no clue how to send books. Anyway, that is my update, and hopefully, I'm hoping by the end of this week. This is now Monday. Yes, Monday. I'm hoping by the end of the week that I'm back to reading, so I still need to catch up. So I have dropped out of Sagalong because I can't continue with that. I've got to catch up with the Future History Project. I do apologize to everyone that I have been lax in that for the last 3 weeks now. But hopefully we can catch up, and I can catch up by the end of the month, and then go into Horror Mayhem, and then in June will be June on the Range. And as I say, keep an eye. I'll probably film the announcement video just now, probably in the next few minutes, and post it for the next day or two, because I'm feeling okay. I think I can do another video. Anyway, and I do appreciate everybody sticking with me, and the well-wishing emails and comments. I do appreciate that. I do these videos sort of more as sort of information. I just don't want to disappear, and without an explanation. And but yeah, I'm on the mend. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care.